Hello everyone, my name is Uninformed. In today's presentation, I am analyzing three news stories in a project called Credibility and the Validity in a Go called Go Beyond the News. So the first story is titled The Vixas Asserts Shakes Texas Town, which was published by the New York Times on 8th March 2011. So in this story, the author is self-interested since most of what is the article is based on his perspectives with few facts. The evidence is that he said that 18 young men and teenage boys in charge of participating, and also authorities said, but none of the people are said by their names. Therefore, there are no facts in this source. So besides, there are multiple sources, and the evidence is that Shana Hassan, a hospital worker, was mentioned. That she said that the boys have to live with this for the rest of their lives. So also the school district department was mentioned that they interviewed a 11 years old girl and her mother. So therefore this shows that this source there is multiple source of information used. So therefore this article is not properly verified. The evidence is that there is where they mentioned that the residents of the victim but names of those residents are missing. Therefore it will be good to include them, to mention them, because the reader would believe much in this story. So also this story is missing some source of the names of the used characters, so we can't know if the story is true because of the gaps found. Also the sources are anonymous, therefore because of the most sources are anonymous, the story is not credible. So I wonder what is the government is going to do for the violated guy, what is it going to do for the boy who committed the crime, as well as if there is any security agencies in part of USA. So lastly, I can say that this story is qualifies as news because how the incident happened was mentioned, what, when, and where it happened was mentioned. Also, and the other important information was mentioned. So the second story is titled Apple announces iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, the biggest announcement in iPhone history. This was announced by Apple Press Info. Therefore, in this story, the author is self-interested since they are advertising what the client gets, so how the client can get the products and give them money. So also, this there is only one source of information, and that is the Apple CEO Tim Cook. So besides, this article is verified since the CEO of Apple was interviewed and his name was mentioned as well. He said that iPhone is the most loved smartphone in the world and with the highest customer satisfaction in the industry, and we are making it much better in every way. So therefore, only Apple can combine the best hardware, software, and services at this level, and we think that customers are going to love it. So this article is informed one since the owner of the industry was mentioned and quoted. So therefore, this is enough for the reader to believe in the story. So besides, the source is the named one, as the types of the phones on the market have been discussed about, as well as the names of the interviewed person have been mentioned. So therefore, the story is credible since the opinions were backed with the evidence and facts. And also, I wonder how buyers, if the buyers can get guarantee, and how long they can use the smartphone. I also wonder why people should buy iPhone, and also I wonder about the lifespan of iPhone. So lastly, this article qualifies as the news. So because an individual who is interested in iPhone can get information they want and from the story. So therefore the gaps from the story are minimized. So the last story is titled Grief and Protest Follow Shooting of a Teenager. This was I was published by the New York Times on 10th August 2014. So in this story, the authors of the article are independent in the following ways. So they wrote the words of the stepfather of a killed teenager, as well as they wrote on the cardboard, and these words are like, the Ferguson police just executed my unnamed son. Also, they cited the word of Esther of the NAHCP in these words. So we plan to do everything within our power to ensure that Ferguson Police Department, as well as the St. Louis County Police Country Police Department, release our details to the shooting. So also this article has multiple sources since the police also explained how the incident happened, and they said that one shot was fired inside the car. The two left the car, and the officer shot Mr. Brown about 35 feet away from the vehicle, and the police goes by the name of the chief, Birma. So also this article is verified since all people involved since all people involved and they talked about are included. Also, they included the family of the victim. The evidence is that they say that the medical examiner for St. Louis countries determining how many times Mr. Brown was shot. Also, they say that the Chief Jackson wanted independent investigation. Therefore, many people are mentioned and what they want, and their job titles also were included. So this article is informed one because so many facts were used. So therefore, the sources are named, and the names of people who are mentioned, the names of people or characters also they were mentioned. So therefore, this article is credible since many facts and evidences were revealed, and this makes the reader to believe much more in the story. So I wonder what will the family of the victim be compensated. I also wonder why black people are the target. Is it because of racism in USA? I also wonder what will be the punishment of the boys who killed the teenager. So finally, this article clarifies as the news because how the incident happened, why, when, and where the incident took place was mentioned, and this involved people, and the involved people also were mentioned. Thank you very much.